a good go. Good travel in Worcester County. 50 and 90 in and out of Ocean City, fine. 113 from Bishopville to Berlin, good. Northbound Coastal Highway, you have construction now from 57th Street to about 64th Street. And then Sussex County, big roads moving along. 113 Route 1, 404, good to go. That's your traffic for the Voice Radio Network.
Sorry, I can't hear anything you're saying. not until we go on the air. Hey, good morning. It's 8:28. It's the Bill and Jessica Show. We're live on our official Power Facebook page, and we want to welcome Anastasia live in studio. Good morning.
Good morning.
Hello.
Yes.
Hi.
Welcome. We appreciate
This
it.
is exciting.
Yeah.
Thank you.
How are you?
I'm so good. I'm so happy to be here. Thank you so much. For
Oh, you're
welcome.
welcome.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Thanks for coming in. First off, for people who don't know you, tell us a little bit about yourself and how you got started. You have the creative movement, and you were kind of explaining a little bit before you got here about dance, yoga, jumping up and down, movement in our bodies. And look, I'm telling you, you talked about without our constantly living in our heads and being stressed. I mean, mental health is so important. I'm a big, we're both big advocates of mental health. So tell us a little bit about yourself and the creative movement.
Absolutely. So the creative movement, the idea of the creative movement is to create safe space for people to explore movement within their bodies. And
Okay.
the idea is that a lot of us just live in our heads constantly. We're always up here. We're always thinking about what's going on, right?
Right.
Yeah.
So the idea of the creative movement is to allow us space to drop down into our bodies and really check in and feel how we're feeling in the moment versus what we're thinking in the moment. Because usually if we're thinking, we're kind of living more in the past. And if we're feeling, we're really in tune
the
and present in the
moment.
moment.
Okay.
Yeah. Then we
Right.
can really figure out like, oh, how do I feel? What's going on? How can I help myself right now? What's not serving me? What is serving me? So I do this with adults, but I mostly do it with children as well.
Okay.
Adults are more like private sessions we do because adults are a lot less likely to jump into a space and start dancing without the influence of something else, right? Like
Yeah.
a lot of us are like, we'll do it later in the dark with a
A little scared,
yeah, just
Yeah,
apprehensive.
right.
But children are not. They're very close to being already in that zone. So when I walk in, I just set the tone of like, we're safe, no judgment. I'm here to play. And they receive that really, really well. So really quick, they jump in.
Now
And-
I saw on your I did a little investigating.
Yeah,
I saw
awesome.
on your Facebook you dancing with some kids or whatever.
Yes.
So you have, is that like a gym or something you have?
I have a private studio on my property, so
Okay.
I have kids come out, and some of them, like the ones that I just posted some last night because they called. So some of those kids are in college, some of them have moved on.
Wow.
Yeah, and they were like, "Can we come out and dance?" And I was like, "Okay."
Oh, yes.
Yeah. So absolutely. So that's exactly what we did, and we put together a whole routine, and we hang out, and we just catch up and love on each other a lot, and then go on our merry way. That's pretty much how it goes.
I mean, this sounds like really,
That's neat.
really neat, much needed program.
Yes.
I mean,
Yeah.
so how do, people and adults and kids get involved?
So the best way to find me is through Facebook. I have the Creative Movement is on Facebook.
Okay.
And I'm sneaky. I sneak into places. So right now, like I sneak into people's hearts really quick. So I go into like after school programs for schools. People
Okay.
can also look me up and do I can do wedding dances for couples, which is a really beautiful bonding experience for them.
Yeah.
You'd be surprised how much they work through when they get together and have to do a dance
Right.
together.
Mm-hmm.
After school, different areas. I travel all over the place, so I'm available to come to places and schools and see people as well. So. But the Creative Movement, the Facebook page is probably the best way to get in touch. I also have
Okay.
an Instagram too, and then I have a registration site that people can get in touch with me to do private sessions or actually offer summer sessions out on my property as well. So that's outdoor fun during the summertime.
So
Wow.
what do people do? Do they, how does someone, if they want to sign up and they want to do this, it's like a program you do, you just book like private sessions, or
Yeah.
do they feel like, okay, I want my child to be involved with something? Like, how does it all come about?
Yes, that's it. Usually the way people find me is they're like, my child needs something and we don't quite know what it is.
Okay.
They need help, they need assistance. Children are really stressed out these days. I mean, we're all really stressed out, truly. But we don't understand how much our stress really trickles down into the children a lot too. Plus they have their own. And so with this, they're like, I'm really looking for something for my kids. So I usually, I attract all the children. There's not like a niche or like a group that I've specifically catered to. It's like anybody's welcome here. And you don't have to have dance experience. That's not what this is about. Dance has been the vehicle with which I've chosen to speak for a really long time. Now it's more, yeah, we're going to dance while we're here. We're also going to get down. But then you also, this is safe space. So you get to express yourself while you're here. You want to chat it out a little bit, we'll chat it out a little bit. You want to roll around on the floor, for sometimes that works, you know? Like, okay, I'll roll with you. You know, it's just kind of, it's really a co-creative experience between me and the children, or me and the people that are in the space. So I attract everyone, but usually it's people that are like, I want my kid to be in something, but then later, once they're in the program or once they're in the space for a little bit, they're like, man, my kid's really reaping benefits of this, you know, being in this session with you or whatever. So,
Yeah.
And they all look different. So I used to hold classes regularly, like a studio would.
Right.
And then last year I let that go because my intention actually was to move. I was like, out of here. Like, I've been here for a long time, and I thought, if I'm going to grow, maybe I should go.
Oh.
Right? But I had
The
different
Eastern
plans.
Shore needs you.
Yeah, right.
Yes.
I
Yeah.
had different plans. So
Yeah.
I'm still here, and I've just been sitting and waiting and trying to figure out, like, what is it? What is it? And so now all of a sudden it's like poof, blowing up.
Wow.
So I'm going into different schools, different spaces, different people are reaching out of nowhere, and I'm coming in now, and I'm working with different groups of people. So it's like, I might as well ride this and see
That's
where
awesome.
it goes, you know?
Do you feel like, you know, you've gotten a lot of people involved because coming off of COVID? I mean, with the whole mental health thing.
I think we became more aware of things during COVID, right? Because all of a sudden we were really locked down. Truly.
Yeah.
Right.
We were like, I actually don't like the way I've been living my life. I actually don't like the way I've been feeling. I don't like the fact that I haven't connected with my family in a long time until I was forced to, right? And so now everyone was really forced to make changes and shift. And then coming out of that too, it was very, very ungrounded. That was my observation about COVID. Was everything was really, we didn't have like a space to land on for very long, because then when we had this, we're like, oh, okay, got it. And then it was like something else was happening. We're all like, you know. So it was very, when we live in that space of just constantly being all over the place, it's very ungrounding to us. So yeah, I think a lot of people are really looking for, and still are looking for, a place to just kind of feel like
Peace.
yes, peace. Peace. And it really is inner. It's
Yeah.
not like I'm out here like, peace, everybody. That's not what I do,
Right.
okay?
Right.
But it's reminding you that you need to connect back with yourself so that you can find a bit of peace, an ounce of peace, a big piece of peace. I don't know, whatever. Maybe you even feel good. Maybe you even feel happy. Maybe you even feel content. Maybe you're like, today's a good day, and I don't even have to do anything or go anywhere.
And you work with more kids or more adults, you would say?
So I work with more kids in big group settings right now.
Okay.
And adults I do private sessions with.
Got
Okay.
it. Got it.
Because they, like I said before, they're a little less, willing to jump into a space and start moving their bodies around. But in private, because I lay the groundwork for a safe space, no judgment. I'm not here to judge you, but we really work through and kind of pull out. It's really emotional health. So we're really tapping in and going, all right, how's the body? Because the body's holding a lot of information. But a lot of people don't understand that yet. Because we live in our minds. So we're thinking that our brain holds a lot of our information. So we're like, I'm stressed out because of. But really, if you dip down into your body and you let your body speak to you, then your body's going to tell you what you need to know in order for you to release it. And then you can get back to who you actually are.
Nice, nice.
Yeah.
Well, look, we have Anastasia live in studio. You have a company called the Creative Movement. We got to take a break. Come back. We'll talk about how you're working towards getting into the school system. So we'll talk about that.
Sounds
Also, you got a event that's coming up this summer. It's called House Party. So we'll get into
Party.
that. And we got more coming up. It's a Bill and Jessica show. It's 8:36.
Power 101.